Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to make this presentation in memory of Dr. Graham Berlin, who passed away a few days ago. Dr. Berlin was a pioneer in biostimulant research. This presentation is based on a paper published in December 2021 of the same title and authors. The main objective is to raise awareness of the technology of biostimulants and bioinputs in the area of biotechnology for being environmentally sustainable tools. This paper was published in the Brazilian Journal of Animal and Environmental Research, Volume 4, Number 4. Biostimulants and bioinputs basically are biofertilizers, biopesticides, and beneficial microorganisms. And have been developed in the last, I should say, 4 decades. Definitions vary greatly, and there are still some arguments surrounding the components. However, they are defined as non-hormonal products with beneficial effect on plant growth. Most biostimulant materials are natural products with no added chemicals or synthetic plant regulators. Agricultural and forestry extension in biostimulants and bioinputs in Costa Rica tends towards sustainability. The beginning starts with our work with Dr. Graham Berlin in 1996 at Greeley Greenhouse of the Greeley Lab in Yale University, New Haven, Connecticut. In these pictures, you can see Dr. Berlin and myself observing some of the experiments. Since, the, since then, we have published several articles in reference journals, such as a Journal of Sustainable Forestry and Journal of Sustainable Agriculture. Later, since the 90s, biostimulant began to develop in Costa Rica with the support of international cooperation agencies, different universities, and government agencies through rural extension to reduce agricultural use. In this picture, you can see Dr. Terujira, who is one of the pioneers in the world in developing effective microorganisms, beneficial microorganisms. In this context, the use of human substances and beneficial microorganisms in agricultural use was very intensively developed in Costa Rica. In this picture, you can see some of the humic ester and one of the products developed at our university, named EcoHume. What are the challenges? There are two main challenges: environmental challenges and financial challenges. Agricultural challenges contribute between 13 and 33% of global greenhouse emissions, and modern agriculture practices depletes soil, making agriculture a net source of atmospheric carbon. While financial challenges is that environmental stress reduces agricultural productivity and so reducing crop yield and profitability. Other issue is that farmers are not economically situated to adopt more sustainable practice because of the low price they can obtain for their products in the market. So, biostimulant biostimulant bioinputs are a solution to, to, to these challenges. So enable farmers to grow more food, land value becoming more sustainable. I put a list of biostimulants in which are listed humic substances, humic acid, fulvic acid, hematomelanic acid, humins, vitamins, seaweed, cytokinin, compost, which is a product of the organic matter decomposition, bokashi, which is a type of compost, but a light compost produced by the action or the effect of the beneficial microorganisms on organic matter. And let me show you just a few short video. And in addition, mycorrhizal, which is a symbiotic association between the soil fungi and plant roots, and rhizobium, which are nitrogen fixing bacteria. Organic production in Costa Rica emerged in the early 80s, starting with the organization of cooperative of small farmers that produce vegetables. Later, in the 90s, several important organizations were founded to promote organic production, including the National Association of Organic Agriculture and the National Program for Organic Agriculture. Also, several laws were passed. One, Organic Agricultural Law in 1995, the Phytosanitary Protection Law in 87, and the Encouragement of Organic Agriculture Law in 2007. One of the important labors or issues of the Ministry of Agriculture of Costa Rica is the publication of a guide to produce that teach the farmers to produce bio inputs, which are some of them are listed here, like fermented grass, phosphorus bioferment, several kinds of biols, biopesticides, fungicides, Bordeaux broth, and of course other sources of nitrogen like as manure, slurry, foliar fruit fertilizer prepared from fruit wastes, and worm tea. In general terms, the agricultural policies that promote organic agriculture include financial and tax indexing. It also includes free inspection, certification, and training, articulation of public-private efforts to facilitate research, credit, and training for producers and consumption production of organic matter. Nowadays, it's required to carry out a more environmental friendly agricultural activity and at the same time increasing food production. In other words, agricultural expansion contributes to mitigation and adaptation of climate change. So the use of biostimulants and bioinputs has been developed in Costa Rica, I would say, during the last 4 years. Just let me make a mention of the Japanese Cooperation Agency, which play an important role in introducing the technology of affecting microorganisms in the 80s, and the School of Agriculture of Humid Tropical Regions, Earth, who adopted EM technology and also developed a humid biostimulant. Well, finally, I'm not going to list every microorganisms included in the beneficial microorganisms, but in general, some lactic bacteria, photosynthetic bacteria, and actinomycete. In this one, in this slide, you can see some of the results at pre-lab, in which plants treated with biostimulant are significantly higher in shoot and root biomass. In this case, I did some experiments in the Alfredo Volio experiment stations. I tested humid substances extracted from Canadian pig and from earthworm casting from our farm, and both were significantly higher in fresh weight biomass and dry weight biomass. Finally, the conclusions are: agriculture currently faces multiple challenges. It has to produce more food, feed, and fiber for a growing population, with more rural resources, more commodity for growing biofuel market, and it is necessary to adopt more efficient and sustainable production methods and adapt to climate change. Biostimulants are one of the factors that meet this need. In particular, in Costa Rica, in the last, 4 decades, complementary action has been implemented to the national plans on NAMAs. NAMAs means National Action for Mitigation and Adaptation to Climate Change. And a strong extension policy has been carried out at the farm level to train farmers to prepare their own biostimulants and bioinputs, accompanied by the corresponding follow-up and the publication of a practical guide to develop them, authored by Ingeniero Rolando Tencio. Any question could be responded in the platform.